great.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. So I'm Tanya from the eBoy Real Estate Team Remax Affiliates, and I wanted to connect with you today. So you are the CEO of the Tin Barn in Almonte, yes?
Oh, I love that. Yes, I'm there.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time, and I'm very excited to showcase you and your business and get to know you a little bit more. So feel free to, add anything in that I maybe am not covering, but I'm curious, how long have you actually been in business for?
So we are coming up on 10 years this November.
Wow.
Yeah. But November,
Congratulations.
yeah, like 2011 was when we did this tiny little pop-up in the hallway on the main street in Almonte. So that's kind of where it all kind of
10
started.
years. That's amazing. Good for you.
Yeah.
I've been in your store a couple times. I absolutely love it, by the way, personally. Yeah. And so where would you say your main clients come from? Are they just in the Almonte area or all over?
Definitely huge, like lots of Ottawa people come for sure, and local people. And because of social media, even we've got people buying from us like Toronto. And lots of people are like, my parents live in Almonte and I'm going to get them to come and pick up something for me because they're looking at us online. So yeah, we've even had somebody like from Australia try to get us to ship something before. And we were like,
oh, wow.
We do that.
That's pretty far.
Yeah, but mostly, local Ontario, Quebec people too. Get a lot of Quebec speaking people too.
I guess that's a nice thing about the internet and shipping now, right? You can expand your clientele so broadly that, it provides a lot of great opportunities.
Yeah.
And so you guys have an online purchasing option. I think I saw that on your website. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And we're constantly working on trying to improve that. Like we've classically had a lot of one-of-a-kind items because we have a mix of found and new. So like having everything on the website sometimes was like, it's a bit tricky, but we've got a lot on there right now. Certainly the chalk paint is always on there. The hardware is on there, and your basics. A lot of the textiles are on there. So in the next little while, hopefully we'll get more and more on there for sure.
So just to recap, because for the viewers that don't know what type of store you have, I guess I should just sort of allow you to explain a little bit, but home decor a lot. And then other things, hardware.
Home decor, like really focus mostly on home decor and gifts. Like there's we have jewelry, we have like bath and body, we have candles and stuff like that. But our main focus has always been furniture and home decor, accessories. We have the full line of the anti-slone chalk paint. We have hardware. So really kind of to fill out your like decor needs, essentially. Yeah.
I was actually browsing on your website just before we popped on here, and I was looking at the brackets for shelving because we just did a new reno project, and I love the brackets. So I'm coming over to get them for sure.
Yeah, I've got this week. My house too. Hooks. I can't get hooks. Like you can't have too many hooks in your life.
No, it's so true. Absolutely. That's wonderful. Okay. So just to get to know you personally a little bit, what's your favorite thing to do in your spare time?
When I find the spare time, I have an addiction to renovating old houses. That's like, it's not really, it's still kind of work. It's a lot of work, but I'm doing one right now that I kind of hope to turn into like a furnished rental, like a little Airbnb. It's kind of like got a cottage feel, but it's right in the town. So.
Oh, I love that. I love it. I mean, obviously in real estate, so I can appreciate, but old houses are the reason why I got into real estate. I love the charm, and I mean, lots of surprises when you're renovating them for sure. But that's so exciting. Good for you.
Yeah, it's super fun. Yeah. And then other like just downtime, I think I would say like cooking and getting together with friends. Like I love dinner parties. Yeah. Making good food.
Nice. What kind of food do you cook?
Pretty simple, like lots of grilled meats and salads.
Nice.
I'm a savory person for sure. So
nice. Well, that's good. Great. Yeah. And so what is something that you don't think that people know about your business?
That was a tricky one. What was I thinking? What people don't know about your business? I think maybe a lot of people don't know how close we are to Almont, or to how close Almont is to Ottawa. Like, and people are constantly shocked at that. We're really just like a half an hour from downtown Ottawa, 15 minutes from Canada. So that's definitely something that people are constantly like, when they do come out for the first time, they're like, it took no time at all to get here. So,
You're like, I know.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Close.
It's
And
so convenient. And Almont is fantastic for all the little, I mean, it's got the best shopping. I love going to Almont.
it really does.
Oh my goodness.
Changed so much in the past 10 years. It's incredible, but we have such great shops downtown, and it's such a pretty town. So yeah, definitely a good reason to get out of the city.
We went to, it was obviously before COVID, but they had the Christmas, is it the Christmas fair, I want to say, where they had like the whole downtown was opened up, and they had Santa Claus coming, like standing on top of a building, and hot
Oh yeah.
like it was amazing. It was the year that they did the movie. And I just remember walking downtown and thinking, like, it felt like walking back in time. It was just so, and everybody's so happy. And I loved it. I'm like, have I lived here this long and not known that this was a thing?
Yeah, that's it's called Light Up the Night. It's such a huge event. They've been doing it for the past, I don't know, like maybe 15 years.
Yeah.
It's jam packed. That's like, I miss that. The streets are jam packed. Everybody's so excited. It's so festive.
I love it. Yeah. My kids, we brought our little boys, and they just, I mean, they were blown away. And I felt terrible because I'm like, I have no idea that
Very good.
Yeah. Like, we have friends that live in Almont, and we got to sit on top of their rooftop patio and watch the fireworks. And I thought, this has got to be the best thing. And like, I'm sure a lot of people are aware of it, but I don't think they really know how much of a thing it is. Like, it's so magical around that time of year to do that kind of stuff, and it doesn't involve, you know, spending a huge amount of money. It's just something nice for a family. And yeah, I was really,
and the street is such, like, it's obviously a perfect Christmas street. Like, it always looks horrible. That's why it's in all the movies now, right?
Yeah.
But pretty it really gets you into the festive mood.
Yes, I 100% agree. So hopefully we'll see it this year, but I will be there for sure. All right. And so what would you say that your clients love most about you or your company?
Well, I think our customers have always been like, they always say they find the space really inspiring. Yeah. So, and I love that. Like, we've always worked hard to create like that atmosphere in the brick and mortar shop that really helps people feel inspired, and it's always changing. So that's, and at just having the brick and mortar store, like when things were like closed forever, I was like, I don't really just want to be an online store. I've always wanted
not the same
real place connected to a real town. That's like, yeah.
Good for you. Well, I'm so glad that you like survived all of that craziness, because I know a lot of places didn't. And I think it's super important for people to be aware that the places are still there and to support local for that reason. And I agree with you, having a brick and mortar, you know, just the feeling of going in, it's an experience shopping, right? Shopping online is not an experience. It's very, you know, click, click.
Yeah, it's very immediate, and it's satisfying in a lot of ways. But I mean, we were so thankful that people were supportive, because if we lose all the shops downtown, like, what's going to happen, right? It's like that. Yeah. That's the fabric of your community, right? Not the retail essentially, but, you know, a vibrant downtown. It's really important to.
Well, and the people, right? Like, you get to visit with people, you get to meet people, and I, you know, having relation. And I think that was one of the hardest things during COVID, I'm sure everybody found, but just not having that social part of it was just, I mean, totally. Like that's the whole thing about retail, right?
Yeah, I joke now that like they shoot the Hallmark movies here all the time, and I'm like, then it's always like a very similar like story and characters, and I'm like, I am the Hallmark movie. Like,
I am like star in one of them, Vicki. You should call them.
Yeah.
And just be like, you're paying these big actors. I will do it for you. You only have to pay me half as much. I mean, really, like, that would be perfect.
It is my life. It's like, yeah, I do live upstairs from the store pretty much, and I know everybody on the street. And
like you live a Hallmark movie. That's amazing. We'll have to tag Hallmark in this video, and if we tag them in it, maybe they'll pick you up. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's true though. You're right. You're right. They do follow a lot of the same storyline too, but I love them. I'm such a sucker.
Oh,
For
they're awesome. And it's
so
so much fun to watch them when they're shot in your town too.
yeah.
You're like, oh, that's so and so's house. And that's like, oh yeah,
I
that's our
know.
town. Great.
Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, it's so cool. So what do you find is like one of the biggest challenges that you're facing right now? I mean, we talked a little bit about COVID. Would you say that's all, or is there other things as well?
Well, I think definitely so the effects of COVID, like what I find right now, it's just like getting like the supply chain issues everybody's feeling like it's really hard to keep the store stocked. Like, yeah, like it's the new suppliers as well as we've classically had a lot of, we do a lot of sourcing like found pieces. So we haven't been able to do that. We used to go on these really fun trips down to the US with a box truck for 3 days and fill it up and come back with a load. It's great adventure. Totally miss that. So the mix of things in the shop now is a little bit different, but so I'm just constantly like looking around for new things that I can bring in because some of the suppliers I have, like I might just get 20% of what I ordered. So it's really, that's for sure. Yeah. And you never know what's coming. So you put in a big order and you're like, okay, we didn't really get much there.
Yeah, that would be hard. That would be really tough.
Yeah, it's challenging for sure.
Yeah. Do you know what? That didn't even occur to me really that the supply chains would be such an issue. I mean, I guess, yeah. Wow. Yeah. So what happens when you have inventory online? It's just what you have in the store, obviously. You're not ordering stuff and then delivering it to them because it might not come in, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing shows up online if it's not in stock in our hands. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Awesome. So do you have any goals for your company? Anything you're planning?
Well, yeah, it's funny like that. I'm like, this has been such a crazy year and a half that I was like, oh yeah, goals, right?
Right.
Look up. But if you really
surviving can be a goal. Like that's a thing. Yeah.
Survive. That's good. No, some of the goals I'd love to like, we're thinking about, people always ask us to do like design work and design consultations. So I'd love to roll something like that and maybe do like not a broad scale like interior design firm, but rather like room makeovers, like one room solutions. Like we even did a room makeover contest that was super fun years ago. It's basically like one room that you can't pull it together and we come in and we're like, hey, this needs to move there, change the paint colors, and here's how to style these shelves and stuff like that. So that would be
that's a really great idea. There's a lot of times where even just having a second set of eyes to come in and give you some inspiration, because I find that's my biggest challenge. I mean, I look around and I get frustrated with the stuff. Then once the purging happens, it's like this blank slate, and I'm just not strong in that creative aspect where I can say, oh, this would look good, or this would look, it's almost like I'm just too tied to the outcome. Right. Yeah. And I don't know what my end goal is. And so having somebody come in and say, this would look really nice this way, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. What was really fun about the room makeover thing that we did was that the rule was we can take anything from anywhere else in your house and use it in this room. So we've got to go shop through like what you already have. Yeah. And, use it to its best advantage, essentially.
That's a good idea. I bet you have a beautiful house.
Oh, I do. I actually live in a really special apartment. It's like got 6-foot ceilings. Right on the downtown. I look at the old town hall or the old post office. It's a pretty special spot.
Yeah. I love that cabinet behind you. It's gorgeous.
Oh yeah. You like got AAA carved in it.
Oh, nice.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really neat.
Yeah, my place looks a lot like the shop.
Yeah, I bet it does. Yeah, that's very cool. Okay, so is there anything that you would like any existing or new clients to know about your business that we didn't talk about?
I think that maybe just to know that we're always evolving. Like the shop has changed a lot over the 10 years that we've been around. Yep. So we're not a static kind of outfit. So we're just always going to be changing. And especially like, we're really proud of what we've done in the past, but we're always going to change a little bit. And I hope that our customers come along for the ride.
I think that's, making sure that people check in to see what's new is really fun too, because like just keeping up with the trends and doing different things is so it's fun, right? It's something to look forward to. And sorry, so you said we, so who else is there? Is it yourself and you have obviously staff that help you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got 3 people right now, really
Oh,
amazing,
nice.
amazing staff. Yeah, really 3 wonderful ladies that you'll see in the shop because I'm actually more in the background often. So yeah, we've got some great staff.
That's so good. Yeah, staff is so important, right? Because they make or break the experience for the people. And we've been really fortunate because we've got some great people on our team, but I know that it's super essential to have, you know, that cornerstone of good, great people to help you out when you're you're doing the behind the scenes, because we love to be in the forefront, but there's so much behind the scenes stuff that needs done, and
they're so important. Yeah, I feel so grateful every time you go to hire. You're like,
oh, I know. I hear you 100%. So good for you. I mean, it's nice when you get good people, but it's also nice when I'm sure as they're, you know, working with you, that they're probably quite grateful to have somebody wonderful to work with too. That makes a huge difference. So congrats to you, because I've heard fantastic things about your company, and I'm excited to keep an eye on you and see all the cool things you guys are going to do. And I will be in soon to get those brackets. So I'm looking forward to that.
absolutely. Yeah, we love helping people figure out what they need to. Like that's one of our essential things that we've always been really good at, like, you know, suggesting things they may never have thought of, and it's really fun.
That's a good idea. Yeah, because sometimes you just go in and you're like, I'm not really sure, but I need something. Right. Yeah, that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we've always done a lot of repurposing of things too. So it's like you could hang it on the wall and you could put like something in it, and you're like,
and
what?
Chalk paint is like the best repurposing tool in the world.
Instant gratification. Like people get addicted to it. Like you start looking sideways at everything in your house, like, oh, if that was like a sage green, that would be completely different. Like it's
I could see that. And fall is a great time for those kinds of projects. I know it's not fall. My husband's like, stop with the fall, because it's not yet, but I love fall. And I feel like that time of year for me is when I start to take on those sort of projects. And yeah, I'm excited. So I'm looking forward to coming in and getting inspired. And yeah, so thank you so much for your time and for, you know, being open and being candid with us. And we love to be able to feature your company, and we look forward to all the things you're going to do in the future.
Thanks so much. So appreciated. Great.
So when people want to reach out to you, they can find you obviously on social media. They can find you on it's Little Bridge Street. Is that right?
Yeah, it's Little Bridge Street, which is a little bit confusing because it's essentially feels like it's on the main street in Almonte. It's right at the corner where Little Bridge meets Mill Street, which is our main street. Right behind, like there's a statue of James Naismith. So look for that, and then you'll find our shop. Yeah. Perfect.
Sounds good. Well, I'm sure you'll see lots of people in there. And thank you again so much. It was wonderful chatting with you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, thanks. You too. Bye.